morning, everyone. It's Juliet the Paper Bag Lady One, and I am back from vacation. Yay! I always have a good time, but I tell you what, I love my house. I love being home more than anything, and I'm always happy to get back here again. So, we left on Thursday. The day before we left, I got a haircut, and I, of course, went to my favorite little thrift shop. And I had mentioned that I thought I might try to film while I was there. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. However, it was really, really busy there because they had just restocked and reopened the day before, so there were just too many people to even think about trying to film. So I didn't, but I will do that at some point, I promise. So instead I concentrated on shopping because, well, it was my thrift store and they had all kinds of good stuff, and I didn't have the time to do the video before I left. So I just left everything sitting on my desk and said I will film when I come back. So I've just crawled out of bed and here I am filming so that I can put things away because I hate having things in a big mess all over the place. All that to say, let's go. Let's see what I found at my happy little thrift shop right after they restocked. So first, as you can see, there's this gloriousness that I call my favorite trim. Not really. I do have a favorite trim and this isn't it. But it's the gloriousness of rickrack. So I actually got a lot of green, which is good because I needed green. And I wish there had been other shades of green. However, we'll take what we can get. And then there were some different blues, which I can always use too, because I like to use rickrack in little boy albums. So blues and greens are usually pretty good. Oranges too, and browns. I wish they'd had brown. Oh, I could use some brown. Anyway, here's a silver and some pink and red. So yay for rickrack. That's exciting. I also found this half a teaspoon. It's very long. I like these, not like I've made one for a long time, but in theory, I like them to hang off of like a cooking junk journal or album or something like that. They did not have a lot in the trim department, which was sad, but we got what we could. So here we got some white, some really, oops, sorry, let's adjust. Some, oh, there goes my phone. Let's ignore it. I think it's Monica. Nope, not Monica. Anyway, I'm just like all over the place today. So anyway, some white crochet trim. And a lot of this stuff is not for me. I'll be honest, the rickrack is for me. But a lot of the other stuff isn't. So anyway, and then there's also this trim, which look, has rickrack in it. How fun is that? So there's that. And then the doily situation is always pretty sad anymore. But you know what? I've noticed that my linen lady, the gal who was, you can't even see that, the gal who was always did the linens, I haven't seen her there in months. So maybe she's not there anymore. I don't know. So anyway, but look at this pretty doily, which could be kept as is or cut apart, whichever you prefer. Okay, so there's that. Then they had all kinds of new fabrics, and I got these two for me for like Christmassy things. You can see there's like holly on that and music, and then this one's all kinds of holly. And I thought that would be fun to make some flowers with, or just cut it into strips and use it for, you know, as you would use ribbon or trim or anything like that. Then I also got some of this, I don't know, linen, muslin, I don't know what it is. I don't know the difference. All I know is it's good for dyeing, it's good for vintage looking things, and it rips really nicely. So I got a bunch of this, despite the fact that I already have a bunch, because I'm not going to keep all that. Okie dokie. Because I can't resist the Christmas tags. So we got some Christmas tags. I got this deck of cards because I liked the owl on it. And of course they're all the same card the whole way through. But it's an owl and I liked that. I also got this. They're book tags, or what are they called? Book plates. And I thought those were pretty. And sometimes I use those in a junk journal. Then, let's see. I tell you what, in the crafty area, they had massive amounts of stuff. Like massive, huge amounts of stuff. And I was very, very good, and I resisted a lot because the truth is I just don't need a lot of it. But I'll tell you what I did get. So, I did get these 3 bags of brads that are like flowers and butterflies and dragonflies, and then these bigger flower ones you can put a little pearl or something or a bling in the center. I got these because I like to use those in little girl albums. And I have some that my friend Monica sent me, but I've actually used them down quite a bit. So they had other bags of brads and buttons and all sorts of things, but I had some in my hands and then I put them back because how much does one person truly need? Now I got these old buttons with the, you probably can't see because this camera is hideous, but anyway, they're buttons and they're covered with like lace or something like that, and they're really cool. And I may not be keeping those. I did buy this. It's American Crafts. It's the banner chalkboardy things. Maybe they're not chalkboard, but they are black. So anyway, they're cool. Okay, let me see. Oh, wait. Here's the only other crafty things that I bought. I bought this page kit because it has 6 papers, 6 12 by 12 papers, which if you cut them up is enough to make one 6 by 6 album. And then it has all these little banner things, and really 10 things I love about everyday life. I love those little pockets with the 10 things. I have a couple of those. I have wedding ones, I have friend ones, I might have a winter one, but anyway, so this was $1.99. I bought that. And then I bought this. The Winter Wonderland K & Company. Look how pretty. And I actually have some of this paper that my friend Taya had sent me a long time ago, already cut into 6 by 6s, and I'm not sure if I ever made an album out of it or not. I think I might have. But anyway, I did enjoy it, and so for $3.99, who could resist? So I bought that. So that was everything that I bought, I think, in the crafty department, which for me, I mean, there was a lot. There were stamps, not tons of stamps, but there were stamps. There was lots of other papers. There were stickers. There were stencils. Oh, excuse me, I'm still yawning. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. There were punches. There are all kinds of things, but I showed great restraint. Okay, anyway, moving on. I bought these 2 rulers because look how cute. This ruler is colored by, and then they're farm animals, and I can actually cut them apart and use them in things, or I can just keep them because I like rulers. Then look at this in the Christmas section. This is some kind of garland, but now how awesome are these? And I'm just going to cut them apart and use those as flower centers in Christmas albums. Honestly, that's fantastic. Okay, then I bought this because look at those fun pages. Actually, I probably won't keep this. I'm not sure. There's that for $0.25. Seriously. Then we have handwriting paper for $0.25. Now, I was very baffled because there was this handwriting paper. They have these big milk crates full of binders and random things, papers and tablets and stuff. And I found this in there. And up above it on a shelf was a bunch of school things, like back to school themed. And there were some other handwriting paper pads just like this, or the same exact type of thing, just with a different look, that were $1 a piece. And I thought, that is ridiculous. Why? So I just bought the one that was $0.25 because I have plenty of these and this one really isn't for me anyway. So there you go. And then finally, look at this. Look at this graph paper, 3/4 inch graph paper. It's very fascinating. So I might keep a little bit of this, but I did not buy it with the intent for it to be for me. So anyway, so that's what I found at my little thrift store when I was there. Yes, that is it. So that was exciting, but it gets more exciting because while we were at the beach, not actually while we were at the beach, but while we were on vacation, there were a whole bunch of thrift stores we kept packing. And then the second day we were there, it was so hot and so humid that nobody wanted to go sit at the beach. Plus they were calling for thunderstorms. So the friend that my daughter brought along, Joy actually says she thinks that Tara and I are the same person, but Tara was like, ooh, thrift stores? And so we decided to go check out some of the thrift stores. So we did. So I will show you what I bought, which was not tons, but it was still fun. So first I bought this because these are also fun for cooking things to hang on the edge. And also just because it was $0.25. Then I bought some flashcards. I bought 2 sets of these, which are the same, even though the outside looks different. But I like space, and these are fun for little boys, maybe. And I have some space paper. Then I found these cards, which I've never seen anything like it before. So let's show you what we've got going on here. So these are like, and actually there's 2. like there would be one that matches up. Like here is, let me show you. This one shows clearly a painting and the paintbrush, and then on the back you have the artist who would do that work. Then somewhere there's another card that's an artist, although I don't have one in front of me, I have a farmer. Pretend it's an artist. So then you'd flip that over and it shows all the things the farmer uses. Or in the artist case, it would show the things the artist uses. So they kind of match up. But anyway, I thought these were really cool and to use in an album. Plus, look on the back. If it was something for a little kid, they could color. So anyway, so we have that. Those are the Who Does It cards. And then we also have the What's Next card, which is the same thing. It's got a picture solid on one side, and then the back is black and white. And so how it works is there's 4 of each, and it shows you're supposed to line up the order that things happen. So here's the spaceship, here's the spaceship taking off, here the spaceship is landing, and now it's on the moon. So you understand how that works. So anyway, so I got those for $1 a piece. Then I got some doilies for cutting, which actually are not for me. But there's a couple different ones. Actually, my husband found those. I would have found them, but he made it to that part of the thrift store before I did. Oh my goodness. Okay. Then we have this. Whoops. Then we have this book. It's the 4th reader. It's kind of falling apart, but that's okay. It was Evan Gregg. And so it's myths and poems and more myths and more poems and more myths. So sadly there's not tons and tons of pictures in it, but there are some which are very cool. Plus the pages are just old and fun looking. So yeah, so I bought that. Again, not for me. And finally, well, not finally, I also bought a skirt, but it's in the wash right now, and you don't need to see that anyway. So finally, I've bought these curtains. They are pink, and they have this large pink eyelet type ruffled trim across the bottom. So it's a set of 2 curtains, and then the tie backs. And so you know what I will be doing is hem ripping that off. And then I have fabric, and then I have trim. And actually it's not, I will keep a little bit of it, but I did not buy it with the purpose of keeping it for myself either. Because I've had giveaways, and I have winners, and things like that. So, anyway, that is what I got at my thrift stores. Both before and while I was on vacation. So that was very exciting. And also, I will show you this. While I was on vacation, I don't like to go to the actual beach itself. So while my family goes to the beach during the day, I stay at the house and glue paper together or other things like that. And then when we sit around in the evening, when we're not playing games, I also have to keep my hands busy. So you know I started cutting out my wedding dress. So that's what I worked on, was removing the appliques from the fabric. So as you can see, I have this quite nice bag full of appliques. So I have that bag there. That's a lot of appliques. And then here, this is what I was doing before I left. Here's part of a sleeve. There's a whole bunch more that I'm working on in there. And then I still have, which I haven't even started on yet, is the trim along the bottom, is removing that. So that's a lot of applique that I can use. I'm very excited about that, but I just thought I'd show you my progress and see that, yeah, it was coming along nicely. And so I have wedding albums that I plan to use that in, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So, long enough video. I'm going to go now, have me some breakfast, get a shower, and get my day started. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're going to have a great week. I hope I will. I feel like it's only Monday, but it's not. It's Tuesday, but it's just because we got home yesterday. So this week will probably go fast. So I will talk to you all hopefully soon. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below as always, and thanks for watching. Bye.